Yeah. So,
good morning, everybody. Thank y'all for joining us online. And some are coming in. I think Holly went up to her car. Victoria's on her way in, so they'll be wandering in as we go. Our new friend Billy Mullen is here with us. Hello, Billy. I'm coming in and let everybody see your face so I can see Billy. Billy's here. He joined us Monday, so welcome to Billy. I get this thing started right. Okay. So our core value today is we are a team of leaders and problem solvers. We're never bringing a problem without solutions. We're problem solvers, not problem identifiers. We encourage critical thinking and a proactive approach to handling issues. While asking for help is encouraged, it must be done in the context of also thinking of solutions on your own. Before we bring an issue or problem to a team member, we must first think of ways to solve it. We're going to tie this core value into Irreplaceable Agent Week 3, which is decisions. We're going to do that probably about 10:30ish, I would think. We'll call today. So at this time, I want to introduce Scott Pendleton. Scott has been with us before. He's been probably a year. So, but he's with OriginPoint, and I saw your email signature and put it up here. But then you got yours.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
So the big button is the advance.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
And the floor is yours. Thanks, Scott, for bringing. Thanks for breakfast, number one. Thanks for coming all the way over here. Appreciate you very much.
It's always fun to be out here with you all. So thanks for letting me join you. This morning, just want to take a couple of minutes to just talk about some areas that we've seen some successes in, some wins in. It mainly falls within the contingencies of kind of the contract, right? And just kind of the general areas that follow some of those key points of making an offer. So some buyer advantages and winning multiple offer situations is kind of the gist around it. So contingencies, right? As far as financing contingency, having to sell first type contingencies can definitely be either a deal killer, or if it's a competitive situation, right? Just makes it a little bit more challenging. You might kind of fall to the bottom of the pile. So are y'all seeing competitive multiple offer situations?
Yeah,
It's super,
definitely.
okay.
Yeah.
Feels very sporadic, right?
Very
Like right when somebody's finally ready to make an offer, and it's been sitting for 2 months, and all of a sudden there's 4 people in line. So it's been interesting. So as far as kind of the key contingency, I guess checkpoints. So the first one is financing, right? So a solution we have around that is we have a process. It's a full pre-underwrite. Call it a power bid is kind of our marketing for that. But it's we send it, we get a full file, full credit income asset approval, so that when it's time to go make an offer, right, they're good to go. It's essentially a cash offer subject to appraisal, right? And so finding solutions around the financing piece to help strengthen the deal. As far as closing, if we're able to go through that process, we're able to close 10, 12 days, right? So it just allows for kind of a quick turn time on that. So cash subject to appraisal. Within the appraisal world, there's a few solutions within that as well, right? So if it's conforming deal, Fannie Freddie, right? If you put at least 10% down, you're eligible to have an appraisal waiver on our side, right? So it all comes through kind of the automated underwriting system as far as how that all fits together. But we have a system to where we can, with a high percent of accuracy, we can kind of put the details, the address in, the details of sales price and loan amount, and get an answer back as to whether or not we'll get a waiver. So
Meaning you don't require an appraisal?
correct. Yeah. So Fannie and Freddie are big just data collectors, right? So every loan officer, every bank, mortgage company runs their information through their automated system. So if there's enough data points and you're putting that 10% down, it kind of looks at the file as a whole. The findings will come back and say, we don't need an appraisal. So we skip that process altogether. That's crazy, right?
Is that common?
It's so exciting.
Is that common? Does that happen quite often?
Yeah. So if a home hasn't gone through the system in a while, even if they're putting 50% down, and it kind of makes sense, it's a super strong file. you might not get a waiver just because it doesn't have the data points. But essentially, the system collects, information on the home, on the neighborhood, and so it can kind of make almost like an AI type decision to say, yeah, it's
Almost a desktop
Yeah.
appraisal type situation.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I mean, there's not even a desktop; it's just completely waived. There's nothing we need to do about it. So,
Okay.
so obviously, if we get a power bid and an appraisal waiver, then it's essentially just a cash offer, right? So the first deal, I tell this story often. First deal I had with I've been at OriginPoint for about 2 years. My license was still being moved over, so I was still learning the ins and outs of everything. But essentially, past client moving from Dallas to Virginia, found a condo, which condos can be tricky sometimes. But we were able to do the power bid. He put 20% down. We got the waiver. We also have a database of condo complexes and HOAs that have been approved, right? And so some of them are still recent enough to where it's just an approved status, right? And so this condo fell within that. So it was a, close in 10 days type deal, and it was pretty awesome. And so then sale contingency, right? So folks that currently own and they need to, feel like they need to sell first. We have, as far as kind of creative options, I have a list on this next slide, but the one I talk about most often is buy before you sell, right? So we have a way to fully exclude the departing resident's monthly payment from the new home approval process, right? So kind of the give and take on that is the departing resident needs 20% equity, and then we're going to verify some reserves in case there's that double payment for a month or two. But that's, to be able to remove that contingency of having to sell first, right? Just change the game as far as competitive offers. And
Is it any type of a bridge loan or anything there, or is it just you own 2 properties for a couple of months?
Yeah. So, well, we do have bridge loans as well, but for this, you would just own it. Just have 200.
Any requirements on the purchase that you have to have your other house listed during that time period?
All we need is a letter stating that your intent is to list within 90 days of closing on the new house.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be actively listed. If you have enough equity, a lot of times for the bridge loans, we'll just pull a quick HELOC. And since that's tied to the departing residence, that payment doesn't affect you. So if somebody needs, you can do as little as 10% down for that. Ideally, if we can get to 20, just from a pricing standpoint, it's going to price in line with the market. But if somebody needs a little bit of extra, like in case that double payment does hit, they just pull more than they need on the HELOC, ideally, and then they can just tap into that to help kind of bridge that gap.
Love that.
So, yeah.
I'm always looking for lenders that do that.
Yeah.
It's so vital right now.
Yep,
Can you
absolutely. So
send us more information about that?
yeah, absolutely.
Quick question. So let's say you go under contract with a contingent offer, and the contingency is for, 60 days, right? And we're coming up to that 60-day contingency mark and our house isn't sold yet. Can we revisit with you and kind of restructure that offer to remove the contingency and still go through this program?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can I give you an agent's number?
Yeah, you can.
You can make this a lot handler for me.
Actually, I'd like to see where you can send me today. If you can send it, I'll get it to them, get it in front of them.
Yeah.
Of these programs that you're listing here, because they're different.
Yeah.
Go ahead and finish your thing though. But
I'll just touch on a couple of the key ones that we maybe talk on a little bit more from a creative financing option. So the asset specific loans. So typically, if you have funds in 401k or retirement or extra savings, whatever, once you satisfy the reserve requirement, those funds, it's nice to have in there. It's a compensating factor, but it doesn't really work in your favor. We have some really strong asset depletion to where we can calculate that balance over 84 months and we can use that as income. So if somebody is, say they're self-employed, right? As y'all know what that's like, you write a lot of stuff off. You make income, but you might not show it on paper. So it's a way to kind of get an extra bump. Or if somebody's recent, let's say their commission is not quite seasoned to use all of their commissions, right? It's just a way to get extra income in there to get them approved or kind of bump that sales price to what they want. Asset qualifier is a great one. It's after you subtract out your your total cash to close. If you have 125% of the loan amount in retirement, whatever type of account, right? That's all we do to qualify you. So we don't even put an employer income in there. It's just truly based off of assets. So we see that a lot. I mean, it could be for any price point, but it's an easy button for, let's say, higher net worth, or just complicated. Let's say there's a lot of different self-employed businesses. They all flow together. It's just a kind of an underwriting kind of can be a nightmare. That's an easy workaround, should they qualify for that. And then bank statement loans, right? So another self-employed avenue to where we do a 12 or 24 month kind of breakdown. We just look at the deposits, right? Kind of a simple calculation based on that, and then we can use that divided out over 12 months, right? Kind of get the 12, 24-month average and use that as income. So for those folks that are self-employed that write a bunch off, it's a way to bring in extra income. And then 1099 loans is we can use 90% of a 1099, divide it out over 12 months, and choose one. So yeah, so those are, and actually the last one.
DSCR.
Okay, yeah, DSCR, debt service coverage ratio, right? For investment properties, it's just truly based on the performance of the property. So based on what the monthly payment is and so we will order a rental comp analysis from the appraiser, right? And they'll say that the average rent in this neighborhood is, or for this home is estimated to be X, right? We can use that as income. So whatever that percentage is, as low as 0.75% of the monthly payment, right? We can go DSCR, and that's it, right? It's credit, and then just that percentage, right? So there's no income. So it simplifies that on the.
When you guys can you do a DSCR refi? Like, so say you buy it on a conventional, then upgrade it, and you want to do cash out with DSCR and do that? Okay.
Yep, absolutely. And then just on that point of the rental comp analysis, if we don't need to go DSCR, we can always, so if it's a departing residence, we have avenues to kind of buy before you rent as well. So I mentioned buy before you sell, but if they're going to keep it as a rental, we can do that same thing, get a rental comp analysis on the departing home that's going to be a rental, and use 75% of that number to offset that payment. 1 year P&L, right? You get that from a CPA for someone who's self-employed, and then can use this, whatever the P&L breakdown is, just divide that over 12 months. 40-year notes are there, interest only. So if somebody is wanting to minimize that payment for a period of time, probably don't want to look at the amount of interest paid over that 4-year time period. It's a lot, but it's kind of more utilized for just a short period of time. Or if you just want the option, right, you can always send in more to pay the loan off faster. So a lot of creative non-mortgage condo solutions, right? So with mini condo, y'all dabble with condos much? A little bit. Yeah, they can be tricky, and there's some changes that are coming down the line for condos as well, as far as the limited reviews pretty much going away, where every complex is going to be a full review. So that's going to be interesting. And then the reserve requirements are going to increase starting next year. So condos can be tricky here coming up. And then crypto. This is kind of a brand new deal. We're one of a few, I don't know, maybe a handful of lenders that can utilize crypto in the current state that it's in, right? So typically, if somebody has a lot of crypto, that's great, but you have to liquidate it, you bring it into your checking savings account. Right. So now we can use it as it sits for reserves.
So you don't have to liquidate it?
You don't have to liquidate it.
Okay, because I've done a crypto deal where we had to liquidate the assets and the all. That's fun.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So now you don't have to, and that money can work in your favor. So we'll see what happens with Fannie and Freddie. I know Trump has been focused on that to try to kind of open up some avenues there, but that's happened there yet. So anyways, yeah, so that's just kind of a quick breakdown on what's that?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, man, you're good. On some of the creative options that we have. And so one other fun variable is that we can stack these, right? So if somebody's wanting to do buy before you sell and a bank statement loan, and we need to, do asset depletion, we can kind of use all three of those together and get creative with how you get done. Good. So yeah, good. That's what I got. That's what I got. Any
I think
questions?
you got the next slide.
Big button, big button.
Big button.
Oh, man. I pushed it too many times.
I may be over here on my side. Let me try now.
Yeah.
There it
Oh,
goes.
there we go.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's this information if you want a QR code, but I will put it in the Slack this afternoon. And yeah,
Yeah.
those programs that you got there, I would love to see if you've got time to just throw a flyer at me.
Yeah.
That way I can just put it in a folder and then they can have access to it. Because this is some really good information here, different things we can use and utilize. Thank you for coming. Thanks for breakfast.
Yeah. You
Appreciate
got
you.
it, for sure.
Enjoy Panther City.
Yeah.
You go over there.
Check it out. You guys check it out. So, all right.
Thanks, appreciate you.
Good to see y'all.
Okay, so this week, before I get to the headlines here, I'm gonna be hitting, week 3 of irreplaceable agent. It's called Decisions today. So we're gonna go through some of that stuff. In a few minutes, next week, we've got Benji Warren and Elite Construction and Solar scheduled to come in and using AI the right way, which is week 4 of IA. The week after that is Bobby Cornelius and Media Vision for You to See. I don't know, they all signed up and wanted to come, so I'm excited to see what they're gonna bring
He
to us.
has been my real estate photographer about 10 years.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I'm really excited for that. And that's also week 5, that's building blueprint. That week, I will be asking everybody for 10 minutes of your time on Google Meet or in person, however we want to do it, but I'll get that scheduled in the next couple of weeks. Next week is Agent Video Day at the Highland Homes in Aledo. I have one slot open at 2:30 for Video Day. Every agent that signs up, Jamie has put together a little document that I'm going to email you this afternoon about what to expect and how this is going to go, things you'll talk about. It's going to give you some background. So if you haven't signed up for the last slot, there's one left, 2:30. Also, next Wednesday, Mixing with the Stars. Raja?
Mixing of the Stars is next Wednesday. I believe it starts at 5. We would love for everybody to come out because we are the reigning champions and we
Yeah, we
expect
are.
to be Cullen Yard.
Yeah.
And we expect to be the champions again this year.
Yeah, we are.
I'm a little competitive.
Mhm.
But I think it'll be a good time. You buy your ticket, you get to
Try all this.
try all, I think there's like 8 different margaritas that'll be made.
And I think you get 3 tickets too.
Yeah, I think so. And then they always have food and things like that. It's a good time and we raise money for children's charities.
Cool.
They're the ones that put on Margarita Ball.
Yeah.
What does winning look like? Who can drink the most or?
It's kind of
And
like
that
on
tastes
taste and presentation and uniqueness.
Okay.
So like last year we won with a jalapeno cherry margarita.
Yeah.
Today, if you want to hang around after hours, we will be,
Trying out the.
trying to find, we really struggled this year to get the right one.
Okay. I'm gonna back up just a second. Jamie, can you speak into Video Day?
Yes.
Kind of give overall big picture. of what we're thinking.
Who else doing it?
We've got 7 people signed up. We have 8 slots, so there's 1 slot left.
One slot left. Essentially what I'm just doing is like 10 minutes of video work. We can do that whatever you want to do. I put together a list of questions that we'll send over here shortly. But if you have like a vision in your head, like I really want to do this TikTok trendy thing, like I know you'll think of some of that stuff sometimes.
Yeah, she's texting me. I'm-
But basically just send up a couple cameras.
Well, I don't take it from her. She's.
And if we need to add another 30 minutes, we can. Like, if you want to do it too.
And we're doing it at the
I was
house.
about
We
to
did
book, but if she's gonna.
our
she's gonna
videos,
do 30.
our pictures in, right?
So again, I'm not doing pictures.
No, but I mean this.
Yeah, same house. Yeah.
Okay.
So same beautiful house. So if we're like, I had envisioned more like sitting down. Hey, my name is Tasha. This is, and they'll ask us a question, like, and just making some kind of quick.
So are you gonna come up with the questions or do you want us to come up?
I have a list of questions.
Okay.
I was gonna send over. There's like probably like 30 of them, but if you
Okay.
like some, don't like some. But if you're also like, I want to dance, then we can do that. Maybe-
It's on table.
You got me for 30 minutes. I have questions. I was just gonna interview you and then probably make like 3 to 4 videos from that.
Okay.
So we'll send that over.
I'll send it to everybody this afternoon. If you want to take the 4 o'clock slot, we'll just stay an extra
Yeah,
minutes.
I
have to do it
I
right.
already booked the 2:30. If Angela wants that, I'll take the 4
Well,
o'clock.
Angela, we'll discuss after the meeting.
Non-paper rock scissors.
I'm flexible either way. so.
Okay, Angela, I'll get with you after the meeting and we'll discuss with Billy which one y'all want to do. And then back to you guys for blood care.
Sign up. Bring
Yeah,
people.
really, really important. I mean, I can't, I have a real heart for, blood donations. But it's not that scary. Protein and water the day before, you'll be fine.
No alcohol.
Yeah, well, that day before or after. But it's really important. I mean, if Carter takes the time and the money to have people out here, it's much appreciated to come to donate, have someone donate, have your husband donate. I've made Keith and his people are coming.
I think
So-
we need at least like 10 to 12 people.
I have a friend that might come.
Yeah,
I think
Come
I'm
on.
signed up.
Yeah.
Can you send an email to the whole staff?
yeah, we will. Probably, well, I guess the beginning of May is this week. So yeah, we'll probably be hitting it hard via social media, Slack, email and things
Email,
like that.
email the whole team. Every time I'm here, I'm like, I need to sign up. And then I'll like,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I'm
I'll put
gonna
it
sign
on
up.
the-
Yeah,
afterwards.
I usually try not to put it out there too far in advance because I know people are like, wait a minute, that's, you know,
I'm gonna put it in our newsletter.
okay. Yeah.
And I have.
Because we could have walk-ups that day. I mean, I don't think we had any walk-ups last
No.
year.
I feel like those people don't just show up for.
I think that they see them, but it's like, and before, like, we've done it in a parking lot, like in a.
Yeah, I think we do it for the city. We get
We
walk-ups.
have, but I don't think we did last year here.
So yeah.
So
we'll put it out.
please, you got,
I'll email it.
Okay. and then the last thing on the list is Victoria. And Victoria, would you please at least stand up where people can see you on the camera? There you go, you're good there. And just kind of tell everybody what to expect for
Yes.
what's going to
I
happen.
will be on vacation May 26th through June 6th. Will be in Hawaii. So first of all, I'll be 5 hours behind Central Time. So, I will just be on a different timeline than you guys. Ideally, I'd love to enjoy my vacation as much as possible. My parents are going, my brother is going, obviously my husband and my kid. But I will check emails usually like first thing in the morning before we head out for the day. Most of the time we're gone most of the day, and in Kauai, a lot of places are very remote. There is one beach where there is absolutely no service. So like I cannot
I hate that.
do
word.
anything. But in the mornings I'll usually check. And then usually in the evenings, like when we come home, you know, for the night, I'll usually kind of be online for like an hour and a half or so. But just kind of know my response time will be much slower. But I will, everybody that's been submitting stuff prior, I've been knocking those out. I've been bombarding Brian pretty much daily. So anything that you get to me before May 26th, I mean, it should be great. One thing I will ask, if something changes last minute, or like, hey, we had a last minute price change or something along those lines, just don't, if you put it in ReChat, the problem with ReChat is if I've already approved your CDA, it's not going to notify me because I've already checked it off ReChat, kind of consolidated it. So I have no idea. So you might go put an amendment in that says, hey, we moved. I don't know that because I've closed it out in ReChat, if that makes sense. So just Slack me, email me, and I'll, as soon as I'm on, we'll check it and, you know, can adjust and do whatever I need to get it to you as quickly as possible. But I will check twice a day, maybe 3 times a day, but I'll just be slower to respond and I'll be on a little bit different timeline than you guys.
Is there, can we help, like, I'm just trying to think of like, you're in Hawaii, you don't want to be.
I'm
And
good.
if some, but if somebody like,
Yeah, I have the ability to jump in and adjust something.
Yes.
Somebody could tell me that, and then I can alert her to what's going on, and I can make some adjustments if needed. I have the ability.
sometimes something crazy happens and I need a thing,
Mhm.
but also like, yeah.
So
It
we
doesn't-
want you to enjoy your vacation.
Whatever
Definitely
works.
want you to enjoy Hawaii.
Go on vacation, just answer my call when I call.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is true. So yeah, that's kind of it for me.
Okay, thank you,
One
Victoria.
of those days on the beach, on that beach.
It's called KA Beach.
Want to remind you guys that the new ancient Canva templates, the new ancient Canva templates are up and they're operational. That's where you can get the templates. There's the tutorial of how to use the templates. This is all in Slack in the brokerage announcements channel. Okay, so we had some stuff to talk about this week. Just so y'all kind of know, because the way we're set up, I'm not your supervisor, I'm your broker. Jimmy is your supervisor. So if you have, this is in the IBS here on the left, And that's what it should look like. You don't have to put the BB, the B, and the SA. That's only internal for Trek. So I put that in there on mine, but y'all don't have to do that. Just use the license numbers. The contract, the last page should look like this. Well, without my name as the listing associate, but your name, your stuff, but Jimmy is your supervisor. That way, that's the way it's supposed to line up, and everything flows real nice and easy. It doesn't kill us if my name is in that blank. It doesn't kill us, but it's just for compliance. It's just the way it's supposed to be. So that's what those two are supposed to look like.
So we don't have to be using that idea, because I've been uploading that one.
No, that's correct, right?
That is correct.
You have to use the SA, the BB, all that.
You do not.
Okay, because that's what I've been.
I've been doing it too,
Okay.
but that was a Trek thing. They said, we're going to roll this out across everybody.
Okay.
All the MLSs are going to go to this. And the MLS said, no, we're not.
Okay, so.
And Trek said,
Good.
oh, okay, well, then we'll just use it
That's the one
internally.
that auto-populates, not that one,
Yeah.
the one that auto-populates.
Just the regular one auto-populates, but I've been uploading this one because it's.
No, the regular ones that's there is fine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we got till May the 14th. We have 3 weeks before this expires to get your tax protest in. You can share this with everyone, all of your clients. They are welcome to use this. And this is also in the brokerage announcements channel on Slack. And after every meeting, I've got it in there. I'll pick it out 2 weeks, but for now, that's the Gil Benson and Company. That's our neighborhood code 6th Ave. Okay, let's hit the updates. Inventory is rising, momentum is improving, prices are softening, buyers have more leverage. We all know this. Rates dropped again, and then they went back up, which that's kind of normal. They kind of go down and they come back up, they come down. So we're just holding steady. Actually, for the last 3 days, it's been 6.32, and then yesterday it jumped to 6.3. So kind of a weird deal, but that's what we're looking at. It's still stable. I mean, 0.4 of a point is not that big of a difference in somebody's monthly payment. Market hits new highs. Stocks moved higher as inflation cooled, earnings stayed solid, consumer spending remained healthy, housing demand improved with lower rates and better supply. This PCE, jobs, and Fed will set the tone. Markets are watching the inflation data, job reports, and the Fed this week goes on rate direction. Saw a report this morning that they're going to hold steady on rates, which that's what we fully expect. If data stays stable and the Fed tone softens, rates could ease, help housing momentum a little bit. Momentum is improving. Rates, if rates will cooperate, buyers will keep coming back. We're going to hit that in just a second as well. Pending activity is rebounding. Tarrant and Parker are leading. Days on market improved to 49 days as buyer activity picked back up. Builders are competing hard on incentives to move inventory. Inventory surge in Wise County. Sellers are responding. Inventory is up 18% year over year with more competition between sellers. Price right, homes still move, mispriced, they linger. That's kind of the story across the Metroplex. Dallas County pricing accuracy wins. Well-priced homes close in 7 days. Overpriced homes can drag out 50 to 90 plus. The first weekend and accurate pricing separate winners from the rest. Show strong, price it right, and it'll move fast. That's kind of the general rule. And then, of course, we talked about those micro markets. Some markets are moving a little bit quicker than others. Here is the DFW Market Pulse. This is Clarissa's view. Is Clarissa with us today? Patty, shake your head, yes or no. Is Clarissa there?
She is not with us today. She is having a little procedure this morning.
Oh. Well, prayers for Clarissa. Thank you, Patty, for letting me know. So this is Clarissa's view. Now, I've been showing you this for almost, a year and a half now. So I've decided that I would actually change it slightly and give you this. This is what those numbers actually mean. So sellers are finally pricing to sell. We had almost 7,600 price decreases across DFW. Sellers have stopped hoping, they're repricing to move. Sellers need to know price right equals sold fast, price high means repricing it later. Buyer leverage is obvious. High inventory and aggressive repricing means buyers have options. That's the conversation starter with sellers right now. Pricing accuracy wins. Pending and closed sales are still strong. Homes priced right move fast. Homes priced wrong sit. Pick one. Market rewarded aggressive pricing. Price it right first, or reprice it later. That's kind of where we are. I've got one that's almost $100,000 overpriced in 76135. I know that's overpriced. I told them it was overpriced, and we haven't had anybody even reach out to me.
That's the 850.
825.
Cool. Well, my contingent buyer closed yesterday.
Nice, nice. That's good. But yes, that's the next step is to get them down to at least under 800. I'd like to get them to around 775 at this point. And I think that's where it'll move. No,
No.
7615, West Fort Worth. Off of,
What school district?
what's that?
Yeah, that
It's a nice, it's a one.
I know. He's just really particular about.
Okay. Local builder update. Major builders competing in North Fort Worth and Argyle. Phases are opening fast. Shattuck, David Weekly, Coventry are all releasing new phases in North Lake, Argyle, North Fort Worth. 660 new construction homes active in Fort Worth at median 349K. Builders are focused on moving volume. I think we'll start seeing more and more of the builders get back into that under 375 price point with a lot of their builds, because that's where the market is actually seeing some traction. That's where those first time home buyers are walking in and being able to buy something, which starts the domino effect for everybody, because if the pre-owned 350s can sell, then those people can go buy 425s and so on up the line. So that's where we're waiting for the domino to fall. Incentives escalating up to 125K in buy downs. Castle Rock, which I had not heard of. Anybody know Castle Rock builders? You know?
Yeah, they deal with amounts originally.
Okay. Offering up to $125,000 in incentives. David Weekly is pushing special financing.
What's the price point on those?
Probably close to 7 or 8 of it.
Okay.
What was your deal with Castle Rock?
Well, that was long before this. That was years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chesmar, who is coming this summer, Chesmar Homes is coming to visit us this summer, incentivizing first responders through June. Rate buy downs, closing cost credits, smart home upgrades, rate premium lots are standard down. And when builders stack incentives and the inventory becomes your leverage, that's where deals are closing. Rate watch, 30-year fixed stabilizing at 6.38 as of today, the lowest level in three spring seasons. Feds are holding pat with limited rate cuts expected for 26. Buyers shouldn't wait for a major drop. Inflation is climbing. That's an interesting stat because that's the highest since April of 2 years ago. So that's 2 years old. That's the highest inflation rate. And the Fed remains cautious as inflation stays sticky. Rate buy downs move from a luxury to a deal closer. Rates may drift, payments close deals. Here's the rate watch. This is today's numbers. You see the FHA actually didn't move at all from last week, 5.93, but the 30-year fixed raised 0.5 of a point. So we're seeing very stable rates. We're not seeing big swings. We haven't seen a big swing since the war started. That was a big, everybody kind of freaked out and rates went spiking, but they've come back down pretty steadily. Okay, so here's this week's move. So I put this in and I think about how simple things that anybody could easily do. So this is easy to do. 3 check-ins, but it has to be before noon. I'll tell you why. You reach out to 3 people in your world, not cold leads, not strangers, people who know you. Pick a past client, a warm lead, a sphere, a pause buyer, seller who said later. Hey, quick check-in. The market has shifted a bit lately with more inventory and slightly better rates. If real estate's on your radar this year, I'm happy to be your resource. It's a simple little text check-in. Say it to 3 people before noon and see what you get by the end of the day. Just try it. Try it one day this week. Do 3 people. What this does is it warms people up in conversations. It's low pressure, but you build immediate momentum. We're not waiting for leads. We're waiting for ones that we already have. And just reminding somebody that they might not be the person that wants to move, that wants to sell or buy, but they know somebody that is. That's that reticular activator part of your brain that's, you know what that is? Have you heard that saying, reticular activator? And I know what that is? Okay. Okay, so here's the business tip of the week. Indecision is expensive. Deals don't die because of bad markets. They die because nobody helped the client make a clear decision. This week, when someone's stuck, stop giving more information. Start helping them compare options and choose a next step. Remember, your value isn't more data. It's helping people decide. Did you know purchase applications jumped double digits last week? That's an early sign that steady rates and improving inventory may be waking buyers back up. What that means, there are people who wanted to move, they just needed conditions to improve. Bottom line, demand didn't disappear, it was waiting for conditions to improve. All right, so I'm going to stop this video and let me hit the record button, stop recording.
Okay.
Right.
No, sorry.
I can do it here too. So there, okay.